Most people live as if life will last forever. They waste their days on things that don't matter, scrolling, arguing, chasing after shadows, while time slips quietly through their fingers. But one day, you will wake up and realize it's gone. Life is short, and how you choose to spend it will decide whether your story ends as a whisper or a roar. This story is a reminder for those who feel they have no purpose in life. The air was still that evening. The sky was painted in shades of orange and gold as the sun sank behind the distant mountains. The young man, weary and restless, wandered through the valley until he came upon an old sage sitting beneath a great banyan tree. The sage's eyes were calm, his posture steady, as if the world itself had slowed down around him. The young man, burdened by confusion and the weight of wasted days, bowed respectfully. "Master," he said softly, "my life feels like it is slipping away. I fill my days with distractions, but deep inside, I feel empty. How do I spend my life wisely? How do I live with purpose before it is too late?" The sage closed his eyes for a long moment. Then, with a voice as steady as flowing water, he said, "Sit with me and I will tell you a story. Listen carefully, for within it lies the answer you seek." The young man sat, and the sage began. Long ago, in a vast kingdom of wilderness, there lived two mighty creatures, a lion and a wolf. Both were strong, both were fierce, both were respected in their own ways, but they lived very different lives. The lion was the king of the savannah. His mane glowed like fire under the sun. His roar shook the valleys, and wherever he walked, the ground seemed to tremble with his presence. The lion lived with clarity. His purpose was to protect his pride, to hunt when necessary, to rest when needed, and to rule his kingdom with dignity. He did not waste his strength in needless battles, nor did he chase every opportunity that came his way. He chose wisely when to act and when to be still. The wolf, on the other hand, was a wanderer. He roamed through forests and mountains, moving with his pack at times, but often chasing after shadows. His heart was restless, always searching for more food, more land, more recognition. While he had strength and intelligence, he lacked direction. He spent his nights chasing prey he did not need, and his days fighting for dominance over rivals who did not matter. His life was loud, busy, and restless, but not purposeful. At first glance, both the lion and the wolf seemed powerful, but their destinies would show the difference between a life of wisdom and a life of waste. The young man leaned closer, captivated by the sage's words. The sage continued, "One summer, a great drought swept across the land. Rivers dried, grass withered, and prey became scarce. The wolf, with his endless chasing and constant battles, grew weak. He had wasted his strength on things that did not matter, and now, when survival truly demanded clarity, he was too exhausted. He fought with neighboring packs for scraps, but his heart was hollow and his body weary. Eventually, he lost everything: his pack, his strength, his purpose. The lion, too, faced hardship. His pride was hungry, the land was dry, and danger lurked. But because he had lived with discipline, conserving his energy and focusing only on what truly mattered, he endured. He hunted only when necessary, rested when he could, and led his pride with patience. When the rains finally returned, the lion rose stronger than ever, while the wolf's howls had faded into silence. The sage looked at the young man. "Do you see the lesson?" The young man frowned slightly, lost in thought. The lion lived with purpose. And the wolf wasted his life chasing after everything, and so he lost it all. The sage nodded slowly. Yes, life is short. You may roar like the lion, or you may howl like the wolf. You may live with intention, choosing wisely how to spend your strength, or you may waste it on things that do not matter. Endless distractions, endless desires, endless fears. And when the drought of time comes, when life demands of you strength and meaning, what will you have left? An empty howl, or a roar that echoes forever? The young man's heart stirred. He felt the weight of his wasted days, the countless hours lost to idleness, to meaningless pursuits, to anger and regret. He felt as though the sage's story was not about a lion and a wolf, but about himself. The sage's voice softened, but carried a quiet power. You ask me how to live wisely. The answer is simple, yet not easy. Spend your time as though it were gold, for in truth, it is more precious than gold. You may lose gold and earn it again, but once a single moment of your life is gone, it will never return. Do not be like the wolf, always chasing shadows, filling his days with noise but not substance. Be like the lion, clear, purposeful, mindful. Protect your energy, protect your focus. Live each day in alignment with what matters most. The young man's eyes welled with tears. But Master, what if I have already wasted so much of my life? What if I have already been like the wolf? The sage smiled, his eyes kind and knowing. Then you are blessed, because now you see the truth. Many live their entire lives chasing shadows and never awaken. To realize you have wasted time is the first step to living wisely. From this day forward, every choice you make can be a roar, not a howl. The young man lowered his head, his heart both heavy and light. Heavy with regret, but light with the hope that he could still change. The sage spoke again, his words sinking deep into the young man's soul. Do not wait for tomorrow to begin living with purpose. Tomorrow is not promised. Begin today. Ask yourself what truly matters. Who truly matters? What actions will still hold meaning when my last breath comes? Spend your life on those things. Everything else is noise. Life is short. Spend it wisely. The sun had fully set, and the stars began to pierce the night sky. The young man sat in silence for a long time, his mind alive with the image of the lion and the wolf, his heart stirred by the truth of the sage's words. He knew that from this day forward, his life would not be the same. He would no longer waste it on meaningless pursuits. He would no longer chase shadows. He would live with clarity, with purpose, with love. And though he was young, that night he walked away with the wisdom of ages burning within him. For deep inside, he knew the sage was right. Life is short, and the way you spend it is the way you shape eternity. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone you care about. Don't keep this reminder to yourself. Like this video, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to Life Lessons Library, because sometimes a single story is enough to change the way we live.